Hey folks, everything new under the sun. ChatGPT. Now you've probably heard about this from people like Jordan Peterson and dire predictions of what is to come by AI. And I think this is interesting technology. The problem right now is that, of course, what we have access to is very limited. Right now, when I ask kind of biblical questions, who is the Antichrist? What is the Antichrist? It gives you very generic information. Now, it should be noted that the database this has is from 2021 and prior. And they don't open it up to making predictions or looking at data sets and predicting outcomes from that data set. So it's not particularly uh, interesting yet from our point of view in kind of looking at it and what can it really do. It can write essays for you, but it can't really predict anything. So I asked the question, when will the end of the world come? And it says the end of the world or the end of the age is a concept found in many religious, philosophical, and traditions. Blather, blather. And it doesn't really give you an answer. It says ultimately the end of the world is a mystery, and it is not something I can predict. And then you can ask it to write poems and all these things. Now, the one thing I don't like about ChatGPT is that it requires you to enter your cell phone number, which is interesting. Everything requires a two-factor authentication of your cell phone number. And why is that? Well, your cell phone number can track you. Now you'll see I just asked it, what's going to happen tomorrow. And again, because it doesn't have a current data set, it can't predict things. It can't even tell you what the weather is going to be tomorrow. And any chat AI should be easily able to go search the internet and figure out your IP location and tell you what the weather's going to be. This was an interesting question about what happened in 2020, and of course, it came up with the major events, but it doesn't get political. They've really, I think, restricted it in terms of its performance and certainly its data, given that its data is not allowed beyond 2021, they don't allow it to predict anything. Now, proper AI will be able to make extrapolations, just like the human brain. It'll be able to say, okay, based on the data I see, and the data I can search, and the way things are going, I predict that X or Y is going to happen in 2023, or based on the progress of the wars in the world, I predict that the outcome is going to be this. And they simply don't allow it. This Chat GPT is really restricted. It's very interesting. It seems to write poems very quickly and come up with answers, but it is very restricted. It won't even tell you. See, I asked it, what is the date? It can't even say what the date or the year is because it's that restricted. I think the technology is incredible and very, very interesting, but it's certainly handicapped significantly right now where we can't really understand how powerful it is. And I believe it is very, very powerful, more than they're letting on, but there's a lot of code restrictions here, at least to what we have access to. The question is, what does the military have access to? When this chat GPT has access to the internet, the global catalog of data and information out there, I should be able to ask, who is typing to you, and it should be able to find my name. It should be able to see Micah, and it should be able to tell me where I am and what the weather is for tomorrow. But again, it's very restricted. So nothing incredible to see here based on what we can access right now, but I thought I'd do you a quick video and kind of give you an indication of what it's about, and that's kind of my opinion on it right now. Very handicapped.